Do you know why I wear yellow? Because yellow is the colour of protection in so many ways. Welcome to this morning's live. How are you all doing? Nobody's on yet, but I'm sure you'll be watching it on playback if you are interested in some of the topics that I raise sometimes. I've been told many occasions by those who try to teach me, try to direct me, try to coach me. I like coaches. I like to listen to what they say. And that is, if you truly want to grow your business, you look at your past years and see when was the most productive time of business and when you had the most interaction with your clients, and you look at the profits, the sales, and you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that, obviously. And I can look back and say, yeah, it was probably the lemon video that I made. And the lemon video kind of rocket launched me into the public eye prior to that video. And I didn't realize I was going to stop after, I don't know, was it one minute or 2 minutes? Normally I talk for half an hour minimum. And you know, when you look back at things like that, you realize that wasn't scripted. It was in the moment. And I just said, look, there's a lemon here. It's not just a lemon. And I was kind of new, really. I'd only been doing it maybe, I don't know, 6 months, a year. And I was always nervous when I did the videos. I was always kind of nervous to myself. I don't want to make a mistake, make myself look stupid. You get over that after a while. You can look as stupid as you want, it doesn't matter. You just be your honest, truthful self. And if you look stupid, fine, no problem. If you make a mistake, no problem. You make mistakes, good. There's too much fakery out there. But just on that thought, oh, I should talk about the lemon. So I talked about a lemon, and the video lasted a few minutes. I uploaded it, and I remember being at Rhonda, doing a heart retreat, healing heart retreat with Ajahn and Bettina. And we had, I don't know, 12 people, something like that, at the retreat. It was at a big place. The place was worth 30 million. And Putin actually has a place just across it in Banderas, so it was a big place. Bettina got the place for us, and she got it at a discount price. So I think we were paying like 1,000 a day, and it should have been 5,000 a day. So that was great. It was a big place, and we had a lovely time. But point being, I'd only just made that video maybe a week before, something like that, a week before I made the lemon video. And then the lemon video, I kept showing Ajahn and Bettina, look, people are watching this video, and look how many people have subscribed. And within a space of, I'd say, 4 weeks, I'd gone from a few thousand subscribers to 50,000 subscribers, literally. And that video went viral. And a lot of people found me through that video. And the reason why it went viral is because at the time, the algorithms liked it when people liked a video. So the more people who liked your video, the more the algorithms pushed it. because the algorithms think, well, if people are liking it, it must be good, so we're going to share it with everybody. So that video now has got 2,600,000 views. And to be fair, to be honest, the truth is this: when people watch a video and then they subscribe, it doesn't mean that they're always going to come to you every day. In fact, the chances are they see your video again or other videos is very slim, unless they interact with you daily. So although my channel has 189,000 subscribers, I'm really lucky to get 1,000 people watching my video. I'm lucky to get 50 people watching a live. If I get 100, I'm really lucky. So it was kind of like a fluke that the lemon video did what it did, and that I got all them subscribers. And when people look at all them subscribers, they think, oh, he must be worthy of looking at. You know, he must be good because he's got so many subscribers. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. You're only as good as your last video. You're only as good as what you do in that day. So I find it fascinating how these people who are on YouTube have now got 2 million subscribers. Find it fascinating how that happens. And like at any given moment, they've got, like when they do a live, they have 100,000 watching. I just find that absolutely fascinating. I just like, am I missing something? Am I doing something wrong? Am I, what is this? Because they're all talking now what I was talking about 5 years ago. And they weren't talking about what I was talking about 5 years ago, that's for sure. Because no way would anybody who had a high or a very big subscribership didn't go anywhere near, only a few didn't go anywhere near talking about the jibby jab. Nobody in them high places. But now, look at them now. They're all talking about it. Well, you're a bit late, pal. And plus the fact you're talking about it now doesn't make you a hero. A hero is somebody who stands in front of the problem and says no to it. Not after the problem's been done, and then you stand in front of everybody, telling everybody that, oh, you're a hero now. You're not a hero, pal. You kept your mouth shut. You were in fear of losing your channel, which means that you're an absolute hypocrite. So when you watch PBD, and I'm like, you never said a freaking word. Not a word about it. And probably because you knew you were going to lose your channel, which means your channel and your subscribers and your money meant more to you than the actual real truth. And that was lots of them, guys. Lots of them. All these brands weren't talking about these things back then. The mouths were shut. It was quiet. It was quiet. They were tippy-toeing. They weren't mentioning anything. But then soon as the damage was done, oh, now they become superheroes. Where were they before? Anyway, it's just something that makes me kind of shake my head, thinking many people are following these people that basically they're as bad as the agenda, because They follow the agenda. They keep quiet when the agenda does what it wants. And then when the agenda finishes what it wants, and then you don't get penalized anymore, then they become superheroes. They are the superheroes, guys. And I've said this, and I say every day, most people are following weak, lying manipulators who are now the superheroes. But if you do your homework and look back and see who actually spoke out, and I mean really spoke out and talked about it, knowing that they could lose the channel at any given moment, nobody's following them. They all lost their channels. Every day, even till this day now, we're getting between 1,000 and 3,000 subscribers weekly. Monthly was like 5,000. Now it's minus. It's been minus for God knows how long, since I started speaking out. So what I did was I pushed and pushed and watched my strikes all the time. My followership declined really, really fast. And my shadow ban was intense. It wasn't 90 day, it was years. But I kept talking about it, and I kept saying, oh, I've got another strike, I've got 2 strikes, I better shut up now. But I couldn't stop. And really, I was one of the lucky ones who spoke about it and still retained. Okay, I lost my Facebook page, but now it's back up again. It's allowed me to go back in again. So I lost, gosh knows. But when I look at these coaches who come along and say, look, I'd like to give you, some advice, I'd like to be able to help you. And I'm okay, I'm fine, pal. And every time they, say, look, we could get you, to 1 million followers. We could do that. But every time it comes with a compromise, or you have to do this, and you are the same. If I tell you you have to do that, you're going to say no. If anybody tells me that I have to do something, I say fuck off. And a lot of us do that. We won't be told what to do. We can't be told what to do. We didn't come into this world to be told what to do. We came in this world to speak our truth. And when we see injustice, we share it. Not as an afterthought, not when it's over and done with, but before it's about to be done. We speak up before the problem starts. We stand in front of the lady who's just about to be punched by an abusive boyfriend. We stand in front of that, not afterwards when they've been punched and we go over and we hold her and say, are you okay? And that's the PBDs and the redacted who worked for Fox and the brands and all that. Everybody's been fooled because they don't remember what happened prior. They were all gagged, and they gagged themselves. They're not the real troopers. They're not the real heroes of the day, guys. The real heroes are the ones that you don't hear about, that get shut up, they shut down, because it was at the point where you needed to stand in front of that woman before she got punched in the face by her abusive boyfriend. That was the pinnacle. That was the moment of power, of heroism. But nobody sees them people. They just get washed away. Nobody gives a shit about them people. Only bothered about the brands and the heroes now. And I think most people bow down to heroes, not even realizing that they were never heroes to begin with. And that kind of tells you a lot about humanity. Shallow, just see what they see and believe. Brainwashed completely by the hypnosis of somebody who just talks what you want to hear, and now you fall for them. You know, it's a little bit like narcissism. It's a bit like going out with a narcissistic partner. Always tells you what you want to hear, but really what's going on inside them is a completely different story. What their plan is for the future is a different story. Just like all these new huge platforms, their story isn't what you think it is, and it's something you need to think about. But there you go. It's not my pig, it's not my farm, but this is the reason why my platform doesn't grow. It just doesn't grow because I cannot be told what to do to conform to a system that will create me a huge platform. I get it every day from friends. Stop talking about these things, Mark. Stop doing this. And I'm like, you're right, but I can't. Just like I couldn't stop helping somebody if they need help. I won't stand by and watch it happen. If I'm here now and somebody starts something, I'm up before it even starts. I'm there. It's in you. I don't have fear of anything. If I die standing up for something that I know that I believe is wrong, then I'd rather die for that than stay alive and shaking my boots and watch somebody cause abuse to somebody else. I was the only one in my village 5 years ago who stood in front of 2 coppers and basically told them to arrest me. Do what you want, arrest me. Go on, arrest me. No, I'm not going to wear that fucking mask. No, I will do what I want. I will come out and do what I want. Arrest me. Yeah, 600 euro fine. Yeah, stuffed. Sign here, he said. I said, I'm not signing nothing. What happened? Exactly, nothing. Because I knew you know what's right and wrong from wrong at situations like that. And it's so easy now to be able to, trumpet, if that happened again, I would never do that. Well, why did you do it the first time, pal? Hang on a minute, you're talking about being a superhero now, about what went wrong and what and all of these things that happened. But where were you when it was happening? So don't talk as if you're a superhero. You're not. Don't tell people what they want to hear because you think that this is going to get you likes. But it is. Look at their platforms. They're growing like crazy because they're feeding people what they want to hear. But let me tell you guys, when things happen again, you will see them slither under their stone and shut their mouth and not say anything. I'm going to give you a great example. Somebody sent me I get these sent all the time. Somebody sent me something with, what's his name? Patrick Bet-David. I have an issue with him now. I started watching thinking, okay, there's a group of them. Some of them are okay. Some of them are big egos. But, okay, they're talking the right talk. And then they invited somebody on. I don't know who it was. Can't remember who it was. But it was regards to, it was a conversation. It was a woman. And I've heard of a story before. I've heard of a few of her. She's a healer now to help people going through the same problems. So I've heard about her before, years ago. And it's all about basically child ritual abuse, right? You've heard me talk about this for years. So she was on his show, and shock horror. She's been on loads of shows, and loads of people talk about this every day. Lots and lots of people. I've been watching Wilfred Wong for a long time, who, was a barrister and ended up being set up and sent to prison, as the English establishment will do. English establishment, by the way, guys, is the biggest criminal cutthroats in the world, and they would not think twice about poisoning you and killing you. Absolutely, 100%. Allegedly. Let's say allegedly, so I don't get switched off today. You just need to look at some of the people in the weapons of mass destruction. Do you remember the guy who started, he was working for the government, and because he had a different view of it, they took him out. Oh no, that's right, he killed himself. Of course he did. If you want to know what it is, it's called the Hutton Inquiry. Yeah, that tells you everything about the establishment. They're a bunch of scallywag, scum, low-life murderers, allegedly. So, anyway, going back to this conversation he was having with her, this lady obviously was groomed for the elites, and she mentions David Rockefeller. We all knew, many of us already knew about all of this years ago, okay, because we'd heard about it. I had clients who went through ritual abuse, and it was awful, and I had to try and help them, and it was tragic, and it was mind-blowing, and it made me sick, and I had sleepless nights, trying to heal a few of these beautiful souls who had gone through child abuse, to many famous people. But point being, and people used to laugh at me when I said it and thought I was crazy. So anyway, this lady goes onto his big podcast. Now, understand that this lady from a child was groomed for the elite. If you watch that podcast, okay, guys, because you've got to be sharp. You watch that podcast, you will hear the slimy creep called PBD, whatever his name is, Patrick Bet-David, say to her, slipped up, you can't lie all the time, pal, you're gonna get caught. Soon as Trump was mentioned, you watch what he did. Now, she said she applied that when he started talking about famous or powerful men in high positions, you will instantly pick up that she was talking about Mr. Trumpy, but she wasn't allowed to say it. And she didn't want to say it because she was scared. And Patrick Bet-David, whatever his name is, when she said at the end, I wanted to talk about the politics or something like that, meaning Trump, he said clearly, I was going to stop you if you were going to mention anything about Trump. That's right, guys. Of course he was going to stop. Why? Because he's invested his business, he's invested his fortune, he's invested, maybe not as money, maybe, but he's invested in Trump. Okay? So he's not going to let this woman talk about Trump. And maybe not. I could be wrong. Allegedly, I could be wrong. But it's funny how he was going to stop her from mentioning him. I wonder why that is. So it's the little things that we see and know, because we're attuned to things. We can feel things. We know something's wrong. And that's why when you listen to Trump, when somebody said to him, if you become president, Mr. Trump, I think it was on Tucker Carlson, are you going to release the UFO files? Yes, he says. Not even a hint of delay. Will you release the JFK files? Yes. And will you release the Epstein files? That few seconds, that 1 second that we can attune to can last for ages, and you can feel it in that void speaks everything. And when you try and get out of it by, well, why did you hesitate? Why you hesitate? Well, because there's a lot of powerful people in there. Oh, all right, hang on a minute. I thought you said you want to get rid of all of these swamp rats. So you say you want to get rid of the swamp rats, but now you're saying you don't want to hurt anybody who's in government, because that's basically what he said. There's people in positions that I don't want to, affect. So the hypocrisy, the lies and manipulations to all that are in government, to all that are in high positions, to all of those whose accounts are flying through the roof, and those who are doing so well, those who that we believe are superheroes. Let me tell you something, guys. You're watching a stage show. The biggest fakery, the lies and manipulations of what they say behind closed doors is exactly the very opposite of what you believe they think is real. Their only care is greed. Their only care is fame. Their only care is what they can get for themselves. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about humanity. They have their own agendas, and all of them are bought and paid for. So I go back to my original chat right now at the start. When somebody tries to coach me, I tell them to F off, because you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me I should do this, because doing that means that I'm a fake and I'm doing it for other reasons, which means, one, I'm being manipulated to do something that I don't want to do, and two, I am actually being the slimy shitbag by doing it, because I'm doing it because of fake reasons. And think about that. Every human being is a human being. Don't put them on a pedestal as if there's something special. Your Elon Musks and all of those. They've all got skeletons, guys, and they all compromise themselves daily for whatever reason or goal or agenda that they have. There are very few people who don't do that. There's very few people in this world. All I'm saying is, just don't believe anybody, and you're probably far more in a position of grounding, and trust your instincts. Don't just listen to people. Trust your instincts. When I talk about my crystal business, I started my crystal business not because I wanted to sell crystals, because I was healing people and giving crystals away. That's basically how it started. I didn't even think about crystals. I just thought about wanting to heal people, and I thought that these crystals were really helping people. And then the next thing what was happening is people were coming to me saying, that crystal really helped my child. Is there any chance of another one? So I'd give them another one. And then they'd tell their friend, and their friend would come and say, that crystal that you get? Yeah. Can I have one? Yeah. And eventually I didn't have any money. I was skint. I was giving more crystals away than coming home. And you can ask Susie, we used to argue sometimes over it because we didn't have enough money for food. And that's how it started. But when you're kind, you do these things. And all of a sudden people were saying, could you buy me a crystal? And I'm like, I don't have the money. I'd love to. No, I don't want you to pay for it. I want you to buy some crystals and work on them and then sell it to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go and have a look. So I went to my first crystal store in Malaga. Prior to that, I was buying them off, and I was paying a lot of money for them. And she'll tell you that, because Danish people, their prices are a little bit higher than Spanish. So in Vitamina, where I was working, after I'd finished work, ask Anna Greta, she'll tell you. Most of the time I'd say, can I have them crystals there? And the money that I made that day, I bought the crystals, and those crystals were going to be worked upon to give as gifts. So You got to understand somebody from the beginning, what their intentions are, who they are. But now that my crystal business is doing really well, people judge me in this moment and think, you haven't got a clue how I started. It was organic. It wasn't, okay, I'm going to start a crystal business and become rich. It took years to get to where I am now. And it's good intention, and it's being kind and caring all the time. And it's hard to find. It's like a breath of fresh air when you find a business that is a family business that works through integrity. Most of the businesses that you buy off on Amazon have zero energy, zero love. It's just pack it, send, cheap, shit, no energy. And it's true. That's the whole world right now. Everything's fake, everything's cheap, everything's got no soul or heart. But when you do find a family business and you see that they're making jams, or they're making teas, or they're doing something that they believe in, beautiful feeling, guys. Beautiful. You're not just buying a tea, you're buying the story, you're buying the energy, you're buying the love, you're buying the passion. So I guess the moral of the story today is you have the power to direct your energy to help those in this world. So direct it in the right place. Are you buying off eBay from just shitty Chinese companies and Indian companies that just pour out crystals? Or are you buying them from a store? Are you buying it as a story, as something that feels right and genuine? A crystal means nothing if it doesn't come with a story, in my opinion. A tea bag doesn't mean nothing unless it comes with a story. It always feels better, tastes better when it comes with a real story. When you listen to those that are passionate about what they do. There's a guy in England, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he used to do a car show. So he used to like drive cars and tell you whether the car was good or not. Can't remember his name. I haven't lived in England for 22 years, and I can't remember his name. Hopefully you can type it up here. But there was three of them, and they used to talk about new cars, and they used to take them for a drive and tell you that this car's shit or this car's good, right? Well, that very guy is very outspoken and he speaks his truth, as far as I'm aware. And apparently he opened a farm because he was sick of seeing the agenda of trying to stop farmers, which means that you stop farmers, then you stop food, and then the food will be given to you, if you're a good person, by the very one corporation of this world that rules the world. Because they want one world government, one world food, one world shop, right? They want to stop all, us who want to do what we do as a family business. They want to shut all of that down. They want to take over everything. Well, this guy, Jeremy Clarkson, I think his name is. Anyway, this guy apparently opened a farm, right? A shop farm or a pub or something like that. And it's doing really, really well. Anyway, somebody told me that he might have been arrested for standing up for what he believes in. So the point being is, when you're passionate about something, the government won't stop you. When you're passionate about something, you don't care about the repercussions of the cutthroat governments and the lords and the whips, whose only job is to stop anybody from finding out the truth against these disgusting governments and global elites, pedophiles. That's what the whips are there for. So just bear that in mind, guys. The tyrannical governments are the biggest gangsters in the world. and we have to support our local communities. We have to support our local farmers, encourage them, and focus our energy, our love, and our money, and our help. We have to look. We have to be conscious buyers now where we go. Look at me. You don't see me in a McDonald's which serves poisons. You don't see me in a coffee company which is all over the world. You see me in a family business here. There you go. It's a family. They're over there. The family's over there. I don't know what country they're from, but they're a family business. They started this business, and I support family businesses. I buy from people who I know it's going to feed their children, not the three-letter corporations that are sat in their big glass buildings at the top, trying to figure out where the next condom they're going to buy, condominium, where they're going to buy the next 40-foot cruise ship. They don't give a shit about anybody. They just give a shit about money, about their wealth and their power and their status. So I say the same thing to you about those new podcasters who have got millions of views. Their real intention is to help humanity, or is it to better themselves and just to sound good and to get their egos, and I'm going to give this 3 million, I'm going to give this guy 5 million if he does this. Get on your bike, you piece of nastiness, pretending to be something that they're special and wonderful. No, you're not. Your integrity is zero. You're just playing to the crowd. You're just a clown actor, and some people can see through you all. So, again, discern. Be wise. Because sometimes if you listen to the wrong people, they will manipulate you to believe things that, if you're not careful, you might get fooled again. They might pull you into the very nature of the beast. Anyway, that's just my little chat today. Wishing you all a lovely day. We support people who are kind and caring, who really do things out of the bottom of their heart because they want to make a difference and they want people to feel good. So, yeah, that's it really. I don't know if there's anybody having a slagging match with me on here, but there's been a lot of nasty messages lately. Nothing new. So there you go. It's very windy now. It's getting windy. So I guess the phone is going to sound weird. But anyway, it's a lovely day. I am wishing you all a lovely day. Blessings and big hugs to you all. It's a lovely sunny day, a little bit windy here in the Costa del Sol, but hey, living in the Costa del Sol is one of the most beautiful things because you have sun most year round. The worst it ever gets here is 9 degrees maybe, and so it is beautiful. In the summer, in July, middle of July, till the middle of August, it's the hottest time, so it can hit high in the 30s. So a lot of people leave here and go somewhere else, and I've been saving now. So next year, I think I'm gonna go to Bali in mid-July to mid-August for 4 weeks. So I'm saving up for that now, and do some work, write another book. But as for the book that I've written called The Ancient Art of Flower Reading, I just had to stop it because people charge so much money for editing. And I got this lovely lady, and it's like everything is like fortunes. It's like sometimes it's hard to, digest the prices that they want for everything. But it's like websites now. For my website to do my website again, they like want 50 grand, 50,000. It's like it's insane. It's insane money, and you just have an edit and they want thousands to edit. I've already had one edit, and now we need to edit like thousands, and then like images and it's like thousands for that, and it's like I'll be lucky to sell 1,000 books in a year. I'll be lucky to even get any money back. But I still want to get the book out there. But it's like, it's so expensive. The only person who makes any money writing a book are the ones that help write the book. The authors don't make any money, even if it's a beautiful book. Unless, of course, you're in the system. Oh, that's a different thing. We'll get that book out everywhere, don't worry. We'll make sure everybody buys it. But there you go. It is what it is. I see it is that if it's meant to be written, it will be finished. But I don't like to write books when they're not finished, in the sense of just half do something. It needs to be done properly. So there you go. Lovely day. All right. Well, we keep going. I'm wishing you all a lovely day. Oh, talking about books. I think I'm going to, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, I'm going to interview Layla Satie. She brought a book out, a child's book, a kiddie's book. It's lovely. So, yeah, I hope she sells a few copies. I hope some people have it for Christmas and read it to their children. That would be nice. It's a lovely book. Anyway, we'll see. I did an interview 2 days ago. That was nice, but that won't be out until February. And I might do some videos today. But I'm wishing you all a lovely day from a lovely Marbella art bakery. If you ever get a chance to come to Marbella, it's called Art Bakery and Gourmet. Okay, so they make their breads normally 24 hours. They leave it 24 hours, so it's sourdough. It's beautiful, and all their food it's just really lovely and healthy. Obviously, the cakes and stuff have sugar in, but I'm talking about the breads. Breads are great. And organic eggs, and yeah. But anyway, support your local business, guys. I really mean that. That's a message now, what we should do. If we stop and we just buy online from big corporations because it's cheaper, then we are creating the very world that we hate and we don't want. We're falling into the very trap. Look after your local businesses, guys. Look after shop. You have the power. With what you have left in your pocket, you have the power to make the change. Stop giving these companies your money, like Solgar and all of these. Stay away from all these companies that have been bought out by big major companies. Ask and say, is this a small family company? Do some research before you spend any money on anything. Is it going to the right people? Are their intentions? Are the intentions right? Have they got integrity? Do they make a difference and help other people as well? Look at my company. I spend every year 100,000 every year. You can come if anybody wants. If any, what's it called? If any journalist wants to come to my office, come. if you think I'm lying, come. We've got all legal paperwork. We've got everybody's names and addresses that we've sent free crystals, incense and oils to, and money when people are at the worst place in their life. Why? Because we have integrity. When we sell a crystal, we have money then to be able to help others. 100,000 euros a year minimum that we give to people who have nothing. Every week, every day sometimes. So I'm proud. And a lot of people don't like people in business. They think that people in business are all crooks. Not all of them, guys. Not all of them. Some people have good intentions. Some people are kind and caring. Not many, but some are. You try and get a refund back off a shop these days. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. But there's some of us who are kind, who do really care. There really is. So there you go. I'm wishing you a lovely day. Have a great day, guys. Take care. Where your intention goes is what will make the difference in this world. So whether it's regarding shopping or viewing or helping, whatever it is, be wise to where your intention goes. Have a great day.